having trouble with Sabrina's psychic Pokémon in Saffron City, our friends learned from a mysterious bearded man how they might defeat her. Now they're on their way to try and capture one of the ghost Pokémon that haunts the dreaded Pokémon Tower in Lavender Town.
The fog's coming in, and that can't be good. We better be really careful.
Let's not stay here any longer than we have to.
Hello there? Anybody home?
Hi everyone, it's Lavely here with another video. I'm out on a ghost Pokemon hunt today. I know, I'm surprised too, but it's okay. I have company. I'm joined by two fellow Pokemon trainer friends. We've got MagicalGirlKitCat.
Hey everyone.
And Diana, TheDollFairy.
Hi everyone.
Tonight we're following a lead that we got from this random guy with a beard. According to him, this place is teeming with ghost Pokemon. Kind of thought I would have seen something by now though. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies. As much as I love spooky decor, why did we split up again?
To cover more ground. You've seen how big this place is? It's huge.
There's no way we could explore it all in one night without spreading out.
If you say so. This place is creepy. Maybe we should come back tomorrow when it's daylight.
Have you ever heard of a ghost that comes out during the day?
We can't turn back now.
This place is no joke though. It houses hundreds of graves of deceased Pokemon. And they say the higher you explore, the more likely you are to be attacked. Where are you, peeps? I can't see you at all anymore.
I'm just at the 6th floor now. It's really cold up here. I keep feeling like something is breathing down the back of my neck. A channeler I spoke with earlier said that she's been...
Diana! Diana, you're breaking up! Oh my gosh, I think we lost Diana. Cat!
Lovely. Shh. I can hear you. I'm on the stairwell on the 7th floor. Something following me. I can hear it's like...
Not you two. I knew I shouldn't have let them get so far ahead of me. What was that? Where are those noises coming from? Hey! Stop that! This isn't funny! So in case it wasn't obvious, Kat, Diana and I are customizing Ghost and Dark Pokemon-inspired Smartdolls. I took this as an opportunity to buy from the Chaos outlet on the Smartdoll website for the first time. A face-up was a major part of the custom and I knew I wouldn't have the heart to wipe someone's face. So this is my haul. I don't know what heads are considered sought after or otherwise, but I was really excited to get Vision. It was also nice to have the Geo1 sculpt in all beverages. Mirai isn't my favourite sculpt, but in saying that, I felt like she was a strong candidate for this project. After seeing my options, I was drawn to these two Coco heads. My Pokemon of choice is Ghastly, so with that in mind, Mirai seemed like the best for the job. I'd never cut out Smartdoll eyes before, so I was a little intimidated. But thanks to a couple of tutorials and some advice from Kat, I was able to do it without too much trouble. Now, as much as I would like to say that I had a detailed plan for this custom, the reality is that I went with the flow and, for the most part, made things up as I went along. I did push myself to sketch out the face-up though, since I didn't have the time to experiment on the doll itself. At this point in time, I hadn't settled on one Pokemon, but was trying to draw inspiration from 3, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. I've often struggled to answer the age-old question, what's your favourite Pokemon? But after this project, I think I can confidently say that it's these 3. From their colour to their playful nature and their spooky vibes, I enjoy them so much. I of course wanted to give my doll a cheeky grin, so as you can see here, I plan to create the illusion of one by drawing teeth over the bottom lip. The eye makeup started off pretty simple. I knew I wanted her to have graphic eyeliner and purple eyeshadow. Although I like what I drew here, it wasn't as bold as I had hoped. I don't know what inspired me to do it, but I got the idea of using Ghastly's silhouette for the eyeshadow. Straight away, I knew I was onto something. It's a little out there and definitely not your everyday kind of look, but I love it. With that decided, it was time to get it on the doll. This was my first time doing a Smartdoll's face up from scratch, so I took my time to make sure I got the placement right. I know it's almost impossible to see on camera, but I used a brown pencil to sketch my initial lines. It honestly wasn't much easier to see the lines in person, but at least this way I knew that I wouldn't have to worry about rubbing them out later. Once I was happy, I filled in the eyeliner with black. Then I do the same for the Ghastly eyeshadow. I start with a darker purple so that I can more easily define the shape to be exactly how I want it with lighter shades in future layers. I want to do my best to make sure the colours I use really pop on the cocoa vinyl. Everything always looks a little duller after spraying MSC, so it pays to push the colour as far as it can go. To add to the ghostly effect, I decided to use glow powder. I stumbled across these little containers of it at Daiso and thought it'd be worth a try. I'm pretty sure its intended use is to be mixed with resin, so I had no idea how this would go. I'll admit it was a bit of a risk since there was a chance it would fail and cause me to have to start over. Initially, I tried mixing it with water and dabbing it on with a brush, but it wouldn't really stick. In the end, I gently painted water onto the face up and then dusted the powder over top, blowing off the excess. It took a lot of MSC to seal it in though, but it worked out. My camera battery ran out here, so there's a bit of a jump in progress, but all you missed was me bringing back some purple and variation on top of the glow powder. I had to be careful not to cover the powder too much though, since I didn't want to diminish the glow. I tried to add some subtle blush to her cheeks, but it got lost later when I sprayed the next layer of MSC. Oh well. I'm realising I haven't got any footage of her mouth either, but it really wasn't that interesting. I did try to give her a cheesier grin, but didn't like how it looked and ended up dialing it back to what you can see now. I could have stopped here, but I wanted to add more. At Daiso, I also picked up a little pack of stars and some iridescent foil. I couldn't resist gluing some to her temples with Mod Podge. I love how she turned out. It's outfit time. I'm going to preface this by saying that I am not a seamstress. I found this material in a fabric bin at a local thrift store and thought it would be great. Depending how you look at it, you can almost pretend that there are a bunch of Gastlys zipping around. I followed a tutorial to make a double circle skirt, but ended up doing my own thing once I had the material folded and cut. I held it up against the doll to get a rough idea for the size. The head is on Beyond's body, by the way, if anyone's wondering. I'm not sure if Beyond will get the body back. I feel bad about it, but the thing that first prompted me to buy Beyond is so this custom could have a body. I don't know, maybe I'll buy another Coco body someday, or maybe I'll end up selling Beyond's head. She's gorgeous though, it'll be a difficult decision whatever I do. Back to the custom though, I ended up sewing the layers of the skirt together. This wasn't a good idea, but we'll come back to that later. Alright, so I'm actually really proud of this. You know those net hand glove thingies you can get from costume stores? Well, I got one of those and cut the pinky hole so it matched the other side where your thumb goes, and that way it could be worn by the doll. The neck hole was a bit big, but that was easily solved by adding a couple of stitches in the back. We can't really have her going out and about like this though, it's a little revealing even for a ghost. Okay, but if you take anything from watching my process, let it be this, because I think it's really clever. First, I cut the sleeves of one of my old tops. I made sure it fit over the doll while she had her arms on and by her side. Then I turned it inside out, lay it flat, and pinned a line along each side. These are going to become sleeves, okay? Hear me out. I used another doll top made of material with similar stretch to make sure they would be big enough. Once everything was pinned, I stitched from the bottom of the top up to where her armpit would be. Then I stitched around and came back the other way to where I started, being sure to leave a gap between the two lines. Once I'd stitched both sides, I cut between the parallel stitched lines, and ta-da! Sleeves! Hopefully that made sense. Honestly, I think I've peaked. It's my best work. I'm very proud. I put it on the doll, fixed up the collar, and her top is pretty much done. I trimmed it to be a crop top off of camera, and cut a little booby window so we can still see the purple mesh top underneath. But I wasn't done yet. I originally wanted to try and give her some kind of belt harness thing, but it seemed more trouble than it was worth, and I didn't get very far. I ended up using some grey wool to give her a makeshift pentagram rope harness thingy instead. It was fiddly and took a little bit to figure out, but using a crochet hook really helped. It adds a little bit more detail to her, and I think it really adds to the mischievous character of the doll. Up until now, I hadn't put any thought into her legs. I wanted to give her some stripy socks, and just so happened to have an old t-shirt that fit the bill. I've already used this in a craft project once before actually. I do try and save old clothes that could work for making doll clothes. Not that I make doll clothes often, mind you, but hey, it came in handy. Since I know that these fabrics have been through many wash cycles, I can be confident they won't stain or mark my doll too. Back to this skirt though, I really wasn't happy with it. Since I'd sewn the layers together, it was poofing in a weird way that just wasn't fitting the vibe I wanted. I made a rough pleated over skirt thing out of this black cotton material. It has little white hearts on it, but I figured if I turn the pattern upside down, they almost look like little ghosts. I roughly cut the ends to look jagged and pulled on the edges to weather and fray them. I found some checkered material, sewed it into a tube, and then attached it to the over skirt thing with a light purple zigzag stitch. It was at this point that I decided the purple skirt needed to be rough and jagged at the bottom too. I just went at it with my scissors. I made the top layer slightly shorter than the one underneath to add to the layered effect. I found an old bracelet that I thought could work as a belt and strung on some little bottle charms. The sleeves were looking a little plain, so I attached some lace around the cuffs. In the end, I took the rings and bottles off of the belt. She's coming together. I did find a use for the rings though. I stitched them to the top of the overskirt for some extra detail. I had lace left over from the sleeves, so I used that to create makeshift loops for buttons that would close the purple skirt at the back. Since I got elf ears for her, I didn't feel too bad about putting holes in them to attach earrings. Some of these pieces are from old or broken jewellery that I've kept for craft projects just like this. I love how they turned out. With that, her outfit is complete. So let's head back to the Pokemon Tower and see the final reveal. Hey ghost Pokemon! If you're here, say hello! I'm not gonna capture you or anything, promise. I'd love to meet you. Feel free to introduce yourself whenever you'd like.
GASTLY, the gas Pokemon. Some researchers believe this Pokemon is a multi-dimensional being.
Phew. There's no way I'm going back in that tower. It's just too scary in there. I can't help but think that bearded man set us up. Although I guess you can't deny we did have a ghostly encounter.
I had a lot of fun. Just wait till you see what I found.
You will not believe what I ran into. Or ran into me.
Thank you so much for going on this adventure with me, Kat and Diana. You're both incredibly talented creators, and it was a pleasure working with you both. I'll have a link to their videos in the description below, so be sure to go and watch them if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. It has been lovely, and I'll catch you again sometime soon.